So this next one is called Ganglord from Morrissey. And I say we just jump right into it. I don't remember if I grabbed like a music video or what, but let's go ahead and just jump in and I guess find out. So here we go.
Ganglord, the police are kicking their way into my house and haunting me, taunting me, wanting me to break their laws. Ganglord, the police are kicking their way into my house and haunting me, taunting me, wanting me to break their laws. And I'm turning to you to save me. And I'm turning to you to save me. Ganglord, the police are grinding me into the ground. The headless pack are back, small boy jokes and loaded guns. Ganglord, the police are grinding me into the ground. The headless pack are back, small boy jokes and loaded guns. And I'm turning to you to save me. And I'm turning to you to save me, save me, save me, save me, to save me, save me, oh, to save me, save me, save me, save me, save me, to save me. Ganglord, there's a clock on the wall, making fun of us all. Ganglord, the clock on the wall, makes a joke of us all. And I'm turning to you to save me. And I'm turning to you to save me, save me, save me, save me, save me, to save me, oh, to save me, save me, save me, save me, save me, to save me. Ganglord, remember, the police can always be bribed. Ganglord, remember, the police can always be bribed. They say to protect and to serve, but what they really mean to say is get back to the ghetto, the ghetto, get back to the ghetto, the ghetto, get yourself back to the ghetto, the ghetto, get yourself back to
I liked that a whole lot. That was very enjoyable. I liked that a whole lot. I think, going back, I think the last song from the Smiths that I did was the Queen is Dead, which was very upbeat, very sort of rock and roll in its feeling and its sound. To me, this was also very rock and roll, and I think whoever has just kind of been paying attention to the channel has noticed that I really like when the Smiths go rock and roll, and so I naturally I feel like I also like it when Morrissey goes rock and roll. So this one really worked for me. I definitely had a good time listening to it. So let's take a quick look at the lyrics and everything else. So it says here, Ganglord, the police are kicking their way into my house and haunting me, taunting me, wanting me to break their laws. Ganglord, the police are kicking their way into my house and haunting me, taunting me, wanting me to break their laws. And I'm turning to you to save me, and I'm turning to you to save me. Ganglord, the police are grinding me into the ground. The headless pack are back, small boy jokes and loaded guns. Ganglord, the police are grinding me into the ground. The headless pack are back, small boy jokes and loaded guns. And I'm turning to you to save me, and I'm turning to you to save me, save me, save me, save me, to save me. Ganglord, there's a clock on the wall making fun of us all. I loved that line, by the way. There's a clock on the wall making fun of us all. Ganglord, the clock on the wall, and it makes a joke of us all. And I'm turning to you to save me, and I'm turning to you to save me, to save me, save me. Ganglord, remember the police can always be bribed. I love that line too. I was like, damn. And so, yeah, Buff Malibus, this one came from you. And you said at the top of the stream that you were kind of in this particular mood. And now I see kind of based off of what you said here. So for those of you who aren't, who are watching this on YouTube in the future, Buff Malibu requested a song from a different band that we've heard before, but the other day he woke up to the news of a 16-year-old child shot to death by the local cops just for missing a stop, so it prompted me to change my request. And so, yeah, I think this song definitely speaks to that, right? I mean, it's pretty clear here. Ganglord, remember the police can always be bribed. They say to protect and to serve, but what they really mean to say is get back to the ghetto, get yourself back to the ghetto, the ghetto, the ghetto. Get yourself back to the ghetto, the ghetto, the ghetto. Yeah, I think the song doesn't mince words when it comes to sort of the messaging behind it. And, this is something that we very much have to deal with a lot in America. I'm sure those of you who keep up with our politics or our news are probably always seeing reports and videos of cops doing things that they're really not supposed to be doing, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. But I think, yeah, Morrissey doesn't mince words here. He tells it how he sees it, and I think the way he wrote it here, I'm interested too. But what Ganglord is here in this sense, it's just like, is he turning to sort of crime because the police are criminals, or like what is Ganglord here? Obviously like gang lord, like the boss of a gang, but I'm just wondering like what is that sort of deeper message here? But I think lyrically this one was really well written, really interesting, and just like, again, the message is front and center, and I think it's a message that a lot of us have seen. I know, Buff Malibu, you're telling your story about how you've seen it in your own community, and we see it a lot here in America. Like I said, I mean, there's entire protests popping off about this kind of thing right now. So definitely, I think very lyrically timely. Usually Genius tells me what year this was released in. I'm not seeing a year on here, but I'm sure this has been an issue for a long time. So just as sort of timely as it's ever been, I suppose. So 2 thumbs up lyrically. I also really enjoyed the song from 2006. Yeah, so still very much relevant, as relevant really in 2006 as it is now. And so as I was saying, instrumentally, vocally, I think vocally, Morrissey always has a really solid voice. I like his vocal performance here. It's just as good as you've ever heard him. I think instrumentally, like I said, this was definitely more on the rock and roll side. I love the guitar riffs throughout. I really liked the piano as well. I think that added a really nice touch throughout the song. And then really enjoyed, I think, as Glory said in the chat, Really enjoyed the organ there at the end, so that was really cool. It was a nice little touch to really end the song out. And then the drums throughout too. I think there was a lot of banging on the cymbals, which I really liked. I think it just provided a nice energy, very good kinetic feel to the song as well. So overall, instrumentally, vocally, this one was fantastic. I gave it 2 big thumbs up there. As far as replay value goes, yeah, I mean, this one is on the playlist. There's no doubt about that. Again, it is very clearly a very timely. Again, even 15 years later, almost 16 years. Am I doing my math right? Yes, sorry, I had to take a second to think about it. Even that much time later, it's like, yeah, this is still very much an issue that we're seeing with police brutality and overreach of power and whatever else you want to call it. But definitely lyrically belongs on the playlist. Instrumentally, it was a lot of fun. Vocally, it's fantastic. I give it 2 big thumbs up across the board. Overall, a very fantastic song, Buff, and I want to definitely thank you for that request. So, dang, you guys are doing awesome today. I think I've really enjoyed every single song I've heard so far. So